All right, leg day. Woo, woo. I used to hate leg day. Now I love it because I just feel like it's such a good workout. But anyway, I wanted to show you guys what you can do if you don't have heavier dumbbells for leg day. A lot of you have a gym membership, and so you have access to heavier weights, but some of you are doing this at home and you don't have maybe 15 to 20 pound dumbbells. So I wanted to show you some ways to make it harder with lighter dumbbells. So the first one is to do isometric holds. So you'll have your weights, and let me turn to the side so you can see. So just a normal squat, you're gonna hold it in the position for 10 seconds or so in between each rep. So if you're doing it live with me, not live, but if you're doing it on your streaming device, you might need to push pause because you might need to be holding the exercises instead of doing one rep at normal pace. Another way to make it harder is to just slow it down. Maybe you don't want to do the hold, but you can just slow it down, like with your lunges. That makes you have control, and it keeps your muscle under tension longer. A few common mistakes people normally make on leg day is for their lunges, they don't take a big enough step back. So you want to go big enough so that your knee stays over your heel and you can keep your hips underneath you. Now if you go too far, it'll be hard to keep those hips. You want to keep them under. Think belly button to nose. And then you think about going up and down instead of forward and back for a lunge. The biggest thing is, with leg day, keep your weight in your heels and your pelvis underneath you. I know that sounds weird, but a lot of people just arch their lower back, and when your core is engaged, it protects your lower back. So you want to keep that engaged. And honestly, I would start out with body weight. If you haven't done much strength training, don't go heavy on your weights or you might not be able to walk tomorrow. 5 weights, or 5 pounds, maybe 10 pounds. You really don't need to go much heavier than that if you are just starting out with strength training. Now, if you've been doing strength training for a while and you want to bump it up, then yeah, increase your weight. So for this workout, you're going to do 4 exercises back to back, 60 seconds in between each set, and we're only going to do 2 sets. And your legs should be dead by the end, which is great. Again, feel free to choose whatever warm-up you want to do. Just make sure you're really loosening up the legs because they are going to work today. Now, you will hear me say in this workout a few times when I was recording the exercises that you are doing 10 reps, but this whole workout you are only doing 8 reps of each move. Okay, first move, we've got a front loaded squat. Let me come up here. You can hold weights here. If you've got a little lighter set, you can hold them up here, and you're just gonna go down, keeping your weight in your heels. You should try and lift up your toes or the ball, or like maybe even the balls of your feet, so that make sure that your weight is in your heels. You want to, your booty goes back and your knees don't go past your toes. Okay? Next move is a deadlift. Now this is normally done with maybe a heavier set of weights. If you don't have them, I'll show you what to do next. But this is a deadlift. Your knees are slightly bent and you're sticking your booty back and you're lowering your weights to about your shin bone or until you feel the stretch in your hamstrings, and then you're squeezing your booty on the way up. Now a lot of people are going to want to lift their head, their chin like this. Keep that straight back, flat back, and squeeze your booty at the top. If you don't have heavier weights, grab the weight that you do have. You're on one leg, and it's called a flamingo. And you are keeping that one, the standing leg is slightly bent, and the other one is reaching back. And then you switch. So for this exercise, you'll probably have to push pause on the TV. All right, next move is you've got a goblet sumo. Now, if you have access to a heavier weight, you choose one weight and you're here. It's a sumo position, okay? It's kind of like you're flat against a wall. But let's say you just have 2 10s at home. I would do 2 together like you did the front loaded squat. And you're gonna go down like you're sliding down a wall, and your knees are going out over their second and third toe. All right, your next move is a front lunge. Now remember, you want to take a big enough step, because if you don't take a big enough step, your knee's gonna go over your toes. Big enough step, and then I want you to think pelvis underneath you and lowering down, and then you come back. So 10 reps. 2. Okay? Okay.
I always like shows. I already did my math, Mom.
But you didn't have lunch.
But I didn't have my math. I did do my math. It counts if you do your math.
All right, you've got a side lunge. You're going to stick that booty back and put your weight in your heel and frame your knee with your weights. You'll do 8 reps on one side and then you'll do 8 reps on the other side. Next is a weighted glute bridge. You're going to put those weights on your hip bones and squeeze your booty as you come up. Calf raises are next. Try to resist from just plopping your heels down. Your last move is called a pistol squat. You're going to extend one leg, keeping your weight in the heel of your other leg, and they're kind of like single leg squats. You'll do 8 reps on one leg and then 8 reps on the other. Okay, here is a Bulgarian split squat. You're gonna put one foot here. You can have it like this, or you can have it like this, but you just have to make sure that front foot, when you go down, that the knee doesn't go over the toe. So you might have to bring it out, you might have to put it back in. Now this move is challenging. 10 reps on each foot, and you make sure the weight is in your heel. Now for the Bulgarian squat, if you don't have a step or chair or bench, just do a reverse lunge. You're gonna hold it here, and then this is 1 rep. So 1, 2, 3, okay? Okay, I'm gonna give you an option here. So you've got, your weights are by your side, step ups, so you're stepping up and down. Same leg, 10 reps on each side. Or you can step down and go to a reverse lunge. So you step up, you step down, and a reverse lunge. You're keeping your chest up and your pelvis underneath you. Okay? Now if you don't have a bench or a step, you can do something that's called a surrender. You'll go down to your knees, and then you'll step up through your heel. You will lead with 1 foot and do 8 reps, and then you'll switch. Now I am demoing the surrender exercise, but you could be doing the step ups or the step ups to reverse as well. Now stick with the same exercise when you switch legs. I am just showing you the option to do a step up and reverse lunge. Now you will notice I am holding the weights a little differently than I showed you in the demo video. I didn't really think about it, but you are welcome to hold your weights up by your shoulders. You will notice in a little bit that I actually dropped them down, got a little bit challenging, and I didn't want to compromise my form.